Right. So, 1984. Everyone and their mum bangs on about it like it's some sacred text.
Right.
But let's be real. Most people just know the phrase Big Brother from a dodgy reality show. They haven't actually read the thing.
Mate, it's the ultimate intellectual prop, innit? Drop Orwellian into a conversation and suddenly you're a political commentator.
Yeah.
But alright, let's get into it. Strip it all back. It's about this bloke, Winston, living in a world run by the party. And these guys are the biggest, most, insecure control freaks in the history of fiction.
Control freaks is putting it mildly. They've got these things called telescreens everywhere.
Yeah.
Imagine your telly watching you back, non-stop. You're trying to have a private scratch. Oh, God. And your Samsung is sitting there judging your technique. It's that, but your life depends on it.
Exactly. And this Big Brother geezer is the face of it all. Big Brother is watching you, plastered everywhere. He probably doesn't even exist. But his dodgy mustache is on every corner, staring at you like you owe him a tenner.
It breeds this next-level paranoia. In the book, Winston has to tuck himself into this tiny alcove in his flat, out of sight of the screen.
Yeah.
Just to write in a diary. A diary! That's his grand act of rebellion. It's not exactly storming the Bastille, is it?
But that's the genius of it, see? The surveillance is so total, so absolute,
Right.
that just having a private thought feels like a crime, and it literally is. They call it thought crime, and they've got a dedicated police force for it, the thought police.
So how do they actually know what you're thinking? Do they have mind-reading tech?
That's the most twisted part. They don't need to. You snitch on yourself. You're so terrified of being caught,
Wow.
your own body betrays you. You get what they call face crime.
Okay.
You look a bit miserable when you should be happy. Your face twitches at the wrong moment, and boom, you're nicked. You become your own prison guard.
So Big Brother isn't just a network of cameras.
No.
It's a virus that gets in your head and makes you police yourself. That's actually grimly impressive for a bunch of totalitarian melts.
And we're sleepwalking into it, aren't we? We've got cameras on every lamppost. Our phones are literally telescreens
Yep.
that we pay hundreds of quid for. They listen to our conversations to sell us yoga mats.
Don't. I was chatting with my mate about getting a new kettle last week,
Oh, here we go.
and I swear to God my Instagram is now a shrine to every kettle ever manufactured. It's mental.
Right? And that's the commercial version. Then you look at something like China's social credit system.
Yeah.
You jaywalk, you lose points. You post the wrong thing online, you can't buy a plane ticket. That is pure, uncut 1984. We're not quite there,
No.
but the technology and infrastructure are already built. We're just handing over the keys to the kingdom for the sake of convenience.
We're mugs. Absolute mugs. But the book goes deeper than just watching people. It's about the language, innit? What's that thing called? Newspeak.
Yeah, newspeak. This is where it gets properly insidious. The party is engineering a new language,
Right.
designed to make rebellious thoughts impossible.
How does that even work? You can't just stop people thinking stuff.
You can if you take away the words. They just delete them from the dictionary. Words like freedom, rebellion, individualism.
Wow.
If the word doesn't exist, how can you form the concept in your head? The word for bad becomes ungood. If something is truly awful, it's double plus ungood. Double plus ungood. It sounds like something a toddler would come up with. Precisely. It reduces everyone to the mental state of a child. And that's before you even get to doublethink. This is the real mind melder.
Uh-oh.
It's the ability to hold two completely contradictory beliefs in your mind simultaneously and accept both of them. Give me an example. Okay, the party's official slogans are war is peace, freedom is slavery, ignorance is strength. It's objectively nonsense.
Right.
But you have to not only say it, you have to believe it. It's the final frontier of mental submission.
That just sounds like modern politics. I mean, a politician stands up and says, we're making record investments in public services, while they're shutting down 3 hospitals, and their supporters will cheer them for it. That is textbook doublethink.
100%. Or when a corporation's HR department says, we're a family here, yeah, and then makes half the family redundant over a Zoom call. It's everywhere. And they use it to control the past, too. Winston's job at the so-called Ministry of Truth
Right.
is literally rewriting history. So if the party made a prediction that turned out to be wrong, his job is to go back into the archives and change the record to say they were right all along. Exactly. So one day, the party says we've always been at war with East Asia. Okay. The next, they say, no, we've always been at war with Eurasia. East Asia is our ally. And you have to instantly forget what you were told yesterday. The past is whatever the party says it is. And if every newspaper, every book, every record says the same thing, who are you to argue? It's what we see now with the internet, though. You get these mad echo chambers on social media where facts are irrelevant. Your algorithm feeds you what you already believe, right? And before you know it, you're in a bubble where everyone agrees that 2 + 2 = 5, and anyone who says it's 4 is part of the conspiracy. And that brings us full circle to Winston. Poor Cy. He's the hero of the book, but let's be honest, he's a bit of a wet wipe, isn't he? A bit. He's the most miserable, passive protagonist going. His version of a revolution is buying a dodgy diary and having an affair. The affair with Julia. Now she's way more interesting. She couldn't give a toss about overthrowing the party or preserving historical truth. No, she just wants to have fun. She breaks the rules for the sheer joy of it. He's all po-faced. We must fight for the future. And she's basically like, yeah, whatever. Let's find a bush and get on with it. She's a rebel from the waist downwards, as he puts it. It's a purely personal rebellion. But in that world, even that is a capital crime. And inevitably, they get caught. Of course they get caught. And they're taken to the Ministry of Love, which is naturally the central torture chamber. The naming convention's a genius. The Ministry of Truth pumps out lies. The Ministry of Peace wages perpetual war. The Ministry of Love tortures people. Peak doublethink in action. And the torture is savage. Yeah, the point isn't just to make Winston confess, it's to convert him, to break his mind so completely that they can rebuild it in their image. This is the bit that properly gets under your skin. Room 101. Room 101. Not just the torture chamber, but a bespoke one. It contains the worst thing in the world personalized just for you. For Winston, it's rats. And they're about to let a cage of starving rats eat his face off. God! And what does he do? He completely shatters. He screams, "Do it to Julia, not me! Do it to Julia!" He betrays the one person, the one thing he held sacred. Yeah, that's how they win. They don't just kill your body, they make you kill your own soul first. And the ending, he's a broken man, sitting in a cafe slugging back victory gin. He looks up at a poster of Big Brother, and the final line is that he loves him. Bleakest ending in all of literature. Zero hope, game over. It's horrendous, but it's so powerful because of it. It's a warning. Real, total power doesn't just want your obedience, it wants to own your soul. So, the big question then. Are we living in 1984? We're living in the beta test. The surveillance is here, the rewriting of truth online is here. We're definitely walking towards the front door. We've just got smartphones and better coffee to distract us on the way. See, I disagree. For me, the crucial difference is choice. In 1984, you have no choice. You have the telescreening on your wall whether you like it or not. We have a choice. We choose to carry the telescreen in our pocket. Right. We choose to believe the nonsense peddled online. We're not being oppressed, we're just being lazy and compliant. That's an even grimmer thought, that we're doing it to ourselves. It is. Orwell's world was a boot stamping on a human face. Yeah. Ours is a smiling emoji on a screen that we're glued to 24/7. The tools of control are all there. We're just using them willingly. So, what's the takeaway? Be less of a mug? Actually read the terms and conditions?
Maybe just think, actively, question things. Don't just accept the narrative you're given, whether it's from the government, the news, or your social media feed. The moment you stop thinking for yourself is the moment you're one step closer to loving Big Brother. Heavy. All right, on that note, here's a question for everyone listening. Go on then. If Room 101 was real, and they knew your deepest, darkest fear, what would be in there for you? What's the one thing that would make you betray everything and everyone you believe in? Have a proper think about that.
Cheery? We're not here to be cheery, mate. We're here to be real.
Now, if you want to start investing crypto, you can sign up the exchange link below. Copyright by theBigShort.net.